Good afternoon, everybody. Give me a thumbs up in chat if you guys can hear me okay. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds, but there's also an area of rotation that is actually really tightening up right now. We are watching very closely here. Let's go ahead and zoom right on in. It's going to be heading right for 127 north of Harrison here. Clare County is the warning, northern Clare County until 4 p.m. Eastern. But the area of rotation here is really trying to tighten just to the east of Marion, McBain, and Highland, heading towards that 127 corridor here. We have Joel, Nick, as well as Drew and Ben in the area. They are blasting north here, trying to get in position for this. This is actually really trying to tighten up here. So this is going to be directly heading toward Rainbow Bend, if that's a neighborhood or a township. The road this is over here is going to be McKinley Road and Haskell Lake Road, heading toward Leota, Buck Trails, Rainbow Bend, Cooperton, Long Lake Heights, that general area here, right toward 127. So I'm looking at a few different radars behind the scenes here. I am working solo in the studio today. We have a lot of guys out there, so we're looking at a bunch of radars here behind the scenes. Got Joel with me here. He's got his live camera up. He is also here. He's chasing, but he'll also be kind of keeping an eye on things as well. We should have Mike on here as well. That is actually getting tighter. So again, if you guys happen to live in this warning, a tornado is possible. It does have a tag on it that says tornado possible. And again, that's going to be heading in right toward 127, just south of Mottersville, Prudenville. This is going to be northern Clare County. Watching this extremely closely here. The area of rotation, again, I'm going to circle it right here. And we'll go ahead and back this up. Let's try and move this, moving basically due east with a little bit northward movement here. So if you happen to live in very southern Roscommon County, I'd be on alert for this. Go ahead and call out some names here again. 127 corridor, Cooperton, Long Lake Heights, Buck Trails, Leota, Rainbow Bend, and then old 127, US 127 here. No, not seeing any townships here in southern Roscommon County, but south of Houghton Lake, south of Prudenville, I'd watch this area of rotation here, moving up very close to the county line here. Regardless, though, of any tornado or rotation, this storm is likely producing really strong wind gusts here. We see the brighter colors here indicating a really pretty good gust front here, likely occurring. So regardless of any tornado or rotation, this storm is likely producing really strong winds here heading toward the Harrison 127 corridor area. So we're going to be having to keep an eye on this very closely. Rotation did weaken just a bit on the latest scan, but still very prominent there, just to the north and west of Harrison here. Area of interest here is right there. But also, if you zoom out here, we see this, we call it mainly a shear line where these brighter colors of green are kind of meeting this darker color of green. That's a shear line. We're going to go ahead and call that. And we could have brief spin-ups all along that line. So we're going to keep an eye on things as we get through the afternoon here. Excuse me. As a few tornadoes today are possible here. But this southern line here looks to be the best. We have Ben, who's on the storm. We have Nick as well as Drew and also Joel. So we have four chasers, at least four chasers moving into position for this. They're just a little bit out ahead or behind, should I say, to the south of this storm. And that's going to be a severe warning for northern Clare County and north central lower Michigan.
Yeah, I'm just passing the Clare exit right now. I'm the furthest behind of the four.
Yeah, it looks like Ben is the closest right now, followed by Drew and Nick. Nick is still sitting just north of Clare, it looks like. It looks like Drew is heading right past him right now. So.
I was looking at Mezzo, and it looks like the atmosphere is the best up here, especially along and north of US 10 at the current time for Supercell development.
Yeah, if we zoom out here, that's really the only storm right now in the area that looks anything close to being strong. Rotation is tightening back up too. on the latest scan. Looks like 307. I'm behind on that one though. You get an update on that. So these scans are coming in roughly every about 2 to 3 minutes now. So the radar is spinning pretty quickly, so we're going to have a good idea of what this is doing. So wait for a new scan here momentarily. Rotation does appear to be a little tight. Nothing that we're seeing on the ground though. That's going to be due south of Mottersville, just across the Clare County line here. Again, heading toward the Buck Trails, Leota, Cooperton, and Long Lake Heights neighborhoods and townships. And this is going to be the area of interest right here, just south of the Triple County line of Missaukee County, Roscommon, and Clare County. Missaukee, okay, thank you. It's going to be completely in Clare County, but it's very close to crossing those county lines. The warning, regardless, is in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour winds. There is no severe hail risk, but nickel-sized hail is possible with this storm. And so to get severe hail, you'd have to have hail upwards of 1 inch in diameter, or equivalent to quarter size. Waiting for a new scan here. Here it comes. Yep, it's still there. Looks like it's just a bit weaker. We're going to have to watch all along this leading edge of the storm here. I mentioned a few minutes ago this darker color within those brighter green colors do indicate that it's we call a shear line, and that would be a place where you look for brief spin up tornadoes, but also likely gusty winds, perhaps severe winds forming within this line. That's what we're seeing here in northern Clare County. And again, this is the only storm in the state currently warned. Zooming out here, we've talked about this all morning long. The lower part of Michigan, likely not going to see anything until later. And that's conditional threat and instability and all that kind of stuff. So this area up here, where we're kind of tracking right now, should be the only main area of concern through the afternoon hours. But attention does turn later on toward West Michigan for an approaching line of storms that is possible later. Again, this is a severe warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour winds. No hail that severe size is possible, but we do have a possible tornado tag on there. So we have to keep an eye on that. We are seeing some rotation with it. It does look like it's weakening just a bit. But again, definitely would consider this being a possible, being the rotations there, a possible tornado is or a possible tornado is, it's possible that one could form, is all I'm trying to say. So what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to split screen radar as well as velocity, just so you guys get the full picture of things. It helps me a lot too, so I can kind of take one peek at these storms or one peek at radar, should I say, and know what it's doing here. So radar on the left, wind speeds on the right. We're going to go ahead and leave it right there. So area of gusty winds here, likely approaching Harrison along the 127 corridor here. Area of rotation appears to be centered in the southern or in the northern part of this warning here. Wouldn't be shocked we have another area developing down here on the very southern flank of that storm. We're going to keep an eye down there closely. Looks like this area still exists, but it is still broad to weak in nature. But if one's going to spin up in the next couple of minutes, it's going to be right there, in particular right about there. And that's going to be just south of the county line over Leota and Rainbow Bend, north of Buck Trails. It's about to cross very close to the Roscommon County line here, next scan or two. If you animate this, it's moving roughly. Warning box says moving east at 25 miles an hour. So it's moving east-northeast at roughly 20 to 25.
I'm gonna have a view of it here soon.
Okay.
I'm kind of in line with Hatton right now.
Okay. I'm gonna watch this southern area, like I just mentioned, down here, because it would equal, or it would be in a decent spot on this storm if that were to cycle and shift to the south of this cell. So we can keep an eye on the southern part of that cell as well. Nothing at this point appears concerningly tight. It did warrant a lot of attention a few scans ago, especially right about here. But it has weakened out just a bit. But I do see some increase in velocity, some interesting features happening down here, heading toward Harrison, Piney Woods, Long Lake Heights.
I'm going to say this, Ryan. The LCLs are on the treetops right now.
Yeah, so cloud heights today, that's one factor we look at for tornado genesis and stuff like that, is your cloud heights. Oh, like they are today, that does warrant quite a bit of attention. It's not going to take much to stretch that tornado down to the ground, so to speak.
Special weather statement issued.
Yep, I just got that one. So SWS now for this entire line. Counties going to include, going to be Roscommon, get Crawford, Oscoda, and Western Ogama. And it's going to be likely for winds here, as we just mentioned here a little bit ago, that these shear lines, so to speak, can produce gusty winds, and that's kind of what we're going to see here moving up in toward that new statement box there. So not a warning per se. Wind gusts up to 50 are possible, they're saying, so it's borderline severe here. Very possible we have a couple warnings come out of this line before it moves off over Lake Huron. A couple areas here gaining some attention. This is looking almost QLCS-like, Joel.
Yeah.
A little bit. But this is going to be interesting to watch next couple of minutes here. This is going to continue on for at least a few hours here as this moves toward Lake Huron. Zooming out, we've got quite a few counties left to get through. West Branch, Buttman, East Tawaz, Whitmore, Rose City as well. Roscommon, although Roscommon looks to be on the northern flank of that shear line. We'll see what that does. But regardless, it's going to be quite interesting to track this. Yeah, nothing looks overly tight.
Head north right now along. There's a little spot right by the county line I'm looking at. Gaylord's radar. Where the triple point's at. It's storm relative. It looks interesting.
Okay. Hey, Nick, you're very quiet.
Hey, is that a little better?
Nope. Muffled. Yeah, a couple errors in that line are catching my attention. So with these types of line segments of storms, they can spin up very quickly. So if you happen to find yourself in a severe warning with a tornado possible tag, that just means that it doesn't look tight at that point in time, but these types of systems can spin tornadoes up within a few scans, like within 2-3 minutes of time. So it's going to be important that you guys are taking your precautions when you go under warnings if there's going to be more issue here. If this line continues to show weak rotation like this, it's going to warrant attention for sure as far as potential spin-up tornadoes go. But main concern is going to be damaging winds here along this shear line here, where we see that these brighter colors in green meet a little bit darker off colors. That's your shear line, and that's going to be where the wind gusts are going to be. So keep in mind out ahead of this, although one severe warning is in effect here for Northern Clare, that's the only one right now. We have a special weather statement for Roscommon, West Branch, Mayo, Buttman, those areas here, Prudenville as well as Houghton Lake. 50 mile per hour winds are possible within that statement, which is just below severe criteria.
All right, how's this?
That's better.
All right, good. Just trying to blast north right now, coming up into Harrison here within the next 5 minutes. Luckily, these things are not moving too quickly.
Yeah, it says motions on 25 according to the warning text. That seems about right.
Yeah.
All right, so diving back into some places here out ahead of this line. So gusty winds still likely for Harrison, Piney Woods, Long Lake Heights, Cooperton, Meredith. I'm not seeing too many townships up here, so luckily looks like it's a rural area. But still a few population centers here, mainly Harrison, US 127 corridor from Harrison up to the Roscommon County line near Cooperton, and then all points east to the county line of Gladwin, and also Roscommon County should be on alert as well as that gusty line moves through. Wouldn't be shocked if they put a warning out for Roscommon if that continues to strengthen. I'm gonna check up here by Houghton Lake. Yeah, it looks like some bit of rotation up here now taking shape. It's very weak, but again, warrants attention. The shear today does support spin up tornadoes, but we are lacking in the department of unstable air, which is what's going to limit this overall, what should limit it overall. Yeah, Harrison, light rain for now. It's going to get heavier, and likely going to have some wind there with it as well. So again, all our chasers on currently with us. Mike, I believe, is over near Midland, if I'm not mistaken. But Joel, as well as Nick, as well as Ben and Drew are up there in the warning polygon. They should have a visual of the storm momentarily. Still weak rotation with it. Was definitely tighter about 10 minutes ago. It has since weakened, but still going to catch our eye here. We're going to watch it close just because the shear today does concern us.
It is so dark out my window right now, off to my left. As you can see up here, it's all forest. So not much in the way of sight lines.
Yeah, those cloud height, you can tell those clouds are like literally scraping the ground ahead of you too.
Yep. I don't know why this guy's braking. This is dangerous.
See a lot of questions rolling in about areas in southern Michigan. So you guys are completely clear until later, although that risk is going to be mainly tied to West Michigan, we think. So the further east you go, the better off you're going to be. But a risk does continue for the entire state if any storms can pop up today. But we are watching a secondary line that's supposed to develop later on this evening over toward the Muskegon, Grand Rapids area. It should push on shore roughly like 8, 9 p.m. around that time frame, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But right now, this is the only storm in the state that is concerning, or should I say only line of storms up here near Roscommon, up toward counties like Roscommon, Ogemaw, Crawford, Clare, Gladwin, and points eastward toward Lake Huron. That's the only concern right now. Okay, so if you guys are watching from South Michigan, you're A-okay. But we are watching later on tonight for a potential another round of severe weather coming on shore of Lake Michigan.
Joel, I am like a minute behind you here on 127.
I can't hear Nick over the rain.
He says he's about a minute behind you on 127.
Okay. It looks like it's a hydroplaning risk up here, so be careful. I'm getting off at exit 176 old US 27.
Sounds good. I'll do the same. Yeah, it's definitely heavy rain. The hydroplane risk is definitely there.
I just took that corner and it was like, ooh.
So those green dots on the radar map are Joel and Nick, as well as other chasers here. So Joel and Nick are right here. There's Joel there on the left side of your screen. So he's just entering the storm's core, about to be impacted by the gust front here, as well as Nick right behind him. Then over here, down here to the bottom right, we have a couple other chasers. We have Drew, and we also have Ben as well. So we have 4 chasers in total on this storm. We also have more out ahead towards the Standish area, Midland Bay City, the Tri-City area. As this line moves across, those guys over there will move into position to intercept this line as well. I will say instability does increase the further east you go. So these storms should materialize and continue to slowly strengthen as they work toward the thumb area and also the index finger area, if you want to put the index finger, Tawas City, Harrisville area as well. So we're watching these close.
Yeah, Joel, it's funny. You said hydroplane risk, and I about did that right off that exit.
Yep, right around that corner.
Yep. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, hey. It's right next to me.
I told you I wasn't far behind.
Looks like the rotation with this storm has still broadened out here, but still gusty winds are likely. That warning's in effect still for 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's about to approach Harrison on 127. It's about 2 to 3 minutes out from impact of 127. I'm going to see if I can't pull up an MDROT drive cam, see if there's anything up there real quick.
While he's doing that, if you guys haven't liked the stream already, we do appreciate you guys. Helps us, get out and get views for y'all. So appreciate you.
Unfortunately, no cameras off 127 near Harrison. We have a couple downstream on 75 though near Standish. Keep an eye on those, but no views per drive cams, unfortunately. That warning remains in effect until 4 p.m. States that a tornado is possible, but main hazard of concern is 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Joel, where are you thinking about going?
Gonna run right over us.
That rotation is not.
All the little notches are kind of up and down right where we're at.
Okay. We got a really good view here, don't we?
Hey, Joel, your main camera is vertical.
Sideways, yeah. It always does that for no reason at all.
So,
Right.
Nick, is Nick facing to the west?
Yeah,
We're facing the
we
same
are.
direction.
Yeah, kind of westish.
Okay.
Northwest.
All right, so looking toward that shear line as it pushes toward them, so we'll have a good visual here. Again, they are in North Harrison on or just off of 127 near Piney Woods neighborhood. So we'll see how gusty it actually is there.
It's really starting to pour.
Yeah, it looks like getting the core there. And that line does look to be strongest still in Clare County. Very extreme southern Roscommon County as well. Should definitely consider being indoors away from windows. Looks like there could be an area picking up of rotation just off to your north, guys. Latest scan on GR2 looks like it's trying, but it's not tight, but it's definitely interesting.
It keeps getting darker, Nick.
It's just pouring. It's like you see there's a river in front of us?
Yeah. Oh, it's flooding off to the right side of my car here.
It is. Sorry if I cover my camera every once in a while. I try to get a good exposure for it. There we go. That shows you how dark it is.
It's like twice as dark as what you're seeing on the cam.
Is that? It looks like a lake over behind your right shoulder, Joel. Behind your car. Looks like a lake over there.
Oh my gosh, there's a lake. Yeah.
That is. Yeah, there's like a half-inch of water just flowing on the ground right now.
You can tell with that guy driving by.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water on the roads.
That rotation is picking up north of us.
Yeah, waiting for the new scan to pop in. Luckily, they upped their scan times from 5 to about 2 minutes now, so I have a good idea. But it does look like it's picking up there, crossing 127 as we speak. And you guys are like within about 1.5 miles of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to let it pass over, and then we'll see what happens.
It's going to be a pain to try to get in front of this again.
I'd rather just follow behind it.
Ben and Drew are much further east. They're in a lot better area.
Got Chris now in here as well, although Chris is over, I believe, toward the Tri-Cities area. Yeah, this is going to be Clare County. They're positioned right off 127 near Harrison for those severe warnings. 60-mile-per-hour winds is your main hazard. It's crossing 127 as we speak. And then also moving in toward the Gladwin County area. So if you guys happen to live in western Gladwin, especially northwestern Gladwin County, be alert as this storm moves your way. It did look stronger a few scans ago. It has weakened just a bit, but still, regardless, gusty winds and perhaps a spin-up tornado is possible as this line moves to the east.
Here's that wind, Joel. It is
They're picking up just a bit.
It's getting brighter.
What's that next to us?
Warning continues for severe tornado possible. 60-mile-per-hour winds is your main hazard. Still, they've trimmed it back, so northwestern Clare County, all clear for you guys, but northeastern Clare, continue to stay inside away from windows as the storm passes through. Ooh, guys, rotation to your south picked up really good there.
Yeah.
Last scan.
I'm watching that. It's called the tail end Charlie, and I'm keeping an eye on that. That's why I don't want to get too far north.
Right, so taking back full radar here. Real quickly, this area down here, it doesn't appear to be overly tight, just north of Harrison here. Nick and Joel are literally going to be staring right at this. They're right here. Rotation is right here. That's probably like a half mile to a mile away from them. So watch this area as it crosses 127 to the east, northeast.
It's going to be right up here to the left.
Yeah, if Nick, if you want to turn around, point your camera to the south, you may be able to see a visual on that. I'm not sure if it's a visual. What was that?
We're kind of pointing right at it here, Nick. Right off the kind of diagonal left.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead and take.
It's rising really quick right here.
Look at that. Right over here.
It's mainly scud right now, but we're going to keep an eye on it. This is about right where it would be. I'm going to start my recording on my GoPro so I can get some footage at least.
That's nuts. Look at how much water is flowing in front of us. I'm going to tilt this down.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The roads are just rivers right now.
Yeah, flash flooding is definitely a risk today as well, guys, especially in northern lower Michigan with these heavy rainfall rates. And you're seeing it here verify.
Nick, it's actually going to be off to our left. I think it's, it's right here off to the left. Check it.
I can't see anything.
Off to your left over the gas station, where all that darkness is.
Yeah.
I want to turn my car to face that way.
Yeah, if you can get a visual on that.
Get a visual on that, Nick.
He's got it.
Try and clear your camera so you can see it.
Yeah, it looks like it's the autofocus.
On camera, adjust.
There we
There we
go.
go. Somewhat.
Yeah. Exposure, man.
I know it. I got to get a better camera.
That'd be the area of concern there. That's moving pretty good too. At least forward motion's moving pretty good. Can't tell there's rotation on it though.
That's right where it would be. That's
Yep.
right where that notch is.
It's just moving quick.
Oh yeah.
What? That's not rotating in front of us. No.
No, it's not, but it looks ominous.
Again, the radar beam at this height as well.
Right
The radar
Heard
beam.
that?
The radar beam. The radar beam at this height is about 4,000 feet. So the radar's only seeing rotation about 4,000 feet. Anything below that, it's not seeing.
There's a lot of rising scud here.
I'm watching that, Nick.
Here comes the rain.
Park over on that side.
Okay, I'm going to mute you, Joel, real quick, just because of the rain. So, again, these guys are in northern Clare County. As you get a new scan here, I'm going to pop the radar back up. So this area is under a severe thunderstorm warning until 4 p.m. The gusty winds are likely happening along the line here. Just crossed 127. It got pretty gusty there on stream. Didn't really see much in the way of severe winds with that storm. But we are seeing a bit of rotation that's even tightened up just a bit even further here. That these guys are watching really just off to their east. Let's go ahead and take Nick back here. Is that right toward it, Nick, or is that facing the other
that's pointing
direction?
right towards it. Where I'm facing straight east right now.
Okay, cool. So they're looking right at it. Perhaps wrapped in rain there, likely wrapped in rain. But if there's going to be a tornado or a spin up, it's going to be somewhere on camera there where Nick's showing us right now. Although we can't see anything ominous or anything, imminent. It does bear close watching on radar here as rotation does exist. So these guys will be tracking this, and we also have Drew and Ben that are out ahead of this storm that are literally in perfect position as the storm moves toward them. So we're all over this, guys.
We got little rotational eddies off to our left here, Nick.
This is near Harrison in Clare County. Just crossed over 127, just to the east of Harrison.
Look at that rising motion in that scud, though. Holy cow.
And these storms are moving into a better environment as we get further east into the state, as instability is higher over there currently.
You think that? Or inside there? Inside that rain? Yeah, maybe. Look at that. That is insane.
A lot of motion there. It is getting a little bit tighter on velocity as well. Going to take back, take a two-pane look
We've
here.
been watching that, yeah. It should be right. Is that...
Still not overly tight, but still bears a lot of watching here. It is rotation, so I'll be watching it close. Be directly to the east of 127, approximately 3 miles northeast of Harrison. Moving in toward the Skeels, Meredith, and Podunk areas. That's going to be on the county line or just over the county line into Gladwin County. We have Drew and Ben out ahead of the storm as well. So they'll be live with us when the storm approaches them. If you take a zoom out here, if you look on radar here, I zoom way in here. So here's Ben, and here's the storm. So he's right out ahead of this. Down here as well, there's Drew. and there's a storm.
Brian,
So we
show
have
radar
chasers.
Show radar full. They can't really see that.
There we go. So yeah, I'll go ahead and circle it, zoom out real quick, circle this for you guys. So Joel and Nick are right here on the backside looking toward the storm. And then we have Ben right here, and we have Drew right about there. So we are all angles at this point. We also have a shot here from Joel. Looks like, let's go ahead and take him, double box that. So that's the storm looking eastward.
I might have a little bit of a wall cloud off the bottom on the right side over the trees. I can't tell.
Wouldn't shock me. And this is a pretty slow moving system as well. So you guys should easily be able to keep up with it.
Yep. Just trying to see if there's going to be any places to sit.
Right. That's the hard part about storm chasing, guys. A lot of you just think go out see a storm, but no, getting visuals, getting clear visuals at that. It's very important. So watching radar or watching the Google Maps as well for clear areas and satellite is a big vital factor as well.
Drew's in.
Cool.
Drew's got a shot.
All right, cool. We're going to take Drew full now. Drew, you're out ahead of that storm. We just looked at your location just north of Podunk.
Yeah, just east of the main line. Got a nice view looking northwest directly at this line right now. Definitely has an area of interest. It's just to my northwest or west right here. So this is us looking west right now where the area of interest is right now. So
right. So he'll be there out ahead of that storm. Rotation does continue. It's weaker rotation, not anything tight, but still bears close watching here as the storm moves off to the east. Again, that area of interest is about to cross the county line over into Gladwin County, but right now is just to the east of 127, Piney Woods, Long Lake, east of there. So you live in Harrison or those two cities I just mentioned, Long Lake Heights and Piney Woods, you are clear. But Skeels, Meredith, and Podunk are the three towns closest that I see right on the county line of Gladwin and Clare counties. This is a severe warning with a tornado possible tag. So rotation is weak, but this is the type of storm that can spin up a tornado quite quickly. So that's why they put the tag on that. Rotation is getting tighter. Heading toward you, Drew.
all right.
Yeah, just to your west, a little bit north there. So yeah.
I'm looking right at it.
Yep. So Drew's going to be right here looking right at this thing. I'm going to take radar full while he waits for it. Doesn't have a view right now. But the area of interest is still right here, moving to the east-northeast towards Skeels. So Drew's right here, Ben's up here, and Skeels is right here. The storm is moving towards Skeels. So Drew is in perfect spot as well as Ben. I don't have Ben in here with us, unfortunately, but we do have Drew, who's going to have roughly the same shot. So, again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag.
I'm going down this road. I'm going to follow right behind it.
We're going to take...
Yeah, you can see the inflow on this.
Yeah, it's pretty dark out there on the horizon. It's moving pretty slow, too, but... yeah, interesting.
Massive rain.
No, there is no tornado at this point. I see a couple of comments here about sirens. So if their sirens are sounding, they're likely because there's a severe warning in effect. But again, this is not a tornado warning at this point. It's a severe warning. There is rotation with this storm, though. We are tracking. It's off to the east of Harrison. So you are all clear in Harrison if you're hearing sirens. Area of rotation is going to be heading towards Skeels, toward the county line. somebody's in here echoing. They can mute themselves. Let's gotta talk, please. So again, this is going to be moving towards Skeels, Meredith, and Podunk here in eastern Clare County. So yeah, Harrison's clear. If your sirens are going off, you're all clear there. New scan does weaken it out just a bit. So that's good news, but rotation continues towards the Skeels area, weak rotation.
Ryan, are you looking at storm relative or normal?
I'm all angles. I have both pulled up.
Check storm relative because it looks decent.
On the 344 scan, yeah, I have the 340. What time is this? I had the 346 scan and it looks pretty weak off Omega.
Ryan, I may have the base coming over here. I can see the inflow, and
Okay.
I can see a little bit of a right here. You can see the inflow. You got a little bit of a spinning motion right here. This is
Okay.
to the northwest. My location. This is to the north. So.
Yeah, it looks like it's. I see what you mean there, Joel. If you're still in here, for some reason the latest scan on Omega doesn't look too impressive, but storm relative does. Yeah, there's your storm relative. Go ahead and take the radar back full here. So again, greens and reds meeting together here, heading toward the Skeels area. That looks a little bit better shot of it than looking at the high res velocity. So you can still see the area of interest is still right there. It just looks a little bit weaker on that end. So we have Drew and Nick back here on these green dots. A new scan there coming in. Perfect. So we have Drew right here. We have Ben right there, moved a little bit. And we have Nick and Joel right behind it. So we have 4 chasers surrounding this storm. So if anything is on the ground, we're going to let you guys know immediately. Not seeing that right now, but rotation definitely is there. This is a severe warning with a tornado possible tag. 60-mile-per-hour winds is your main hazard. But again, a spin-up tornado is definitely possible with this storm. Tornado warning in effect now. Tornado warning for northern Gladwin County. So, guys, it went warned here. So, it's going to be radar indicated rotation. Let's go ahead and track this. So, looking at the area of interest, you're seeing the red box flashing your screen there. That's going to be your tornado warning. Wait for it to populate in here. Area of interest moving across the county line as we speak toward the Skeels area. Buttman, Meredith, Podunk, Oberlin, Sugar Rapids, Waggerville, Secord, Bowerman, Secord Lake. That's all the townships that I see here. All right, let's go ahead and give it a track here. Let's get a storm speed here. So I'm going to say east at 30. Let's go ahead and track that east at 30 here. Area of rotation right now. Get this off my screen, please. Thank you. 30 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and track this. Area is Skeels in 4 minutes. Oberlin in 12. Hockaday in 20 minutes. Sugar Rapids in 22 minutes. Again, that is some rotation here that has prompted a tornado warning. We are seeing an area of increased rotation about to head over Skeels. Mike, if you're in the background here, if you can hear me, can you post that graphic, please? So your area of rotation here with the greens and reds doesn't look overly tight, but it's been existing here for quite some time. So it's hanging out. So we're going to track it. And if it becomes any of a concern here, we have Drew out in front of it here. We also have Joel and Nick behind it. Here's Drew's shot as that storm approaches him. He's looking right at it as we speak. So he'll have a good shot. If there's anything in there, he'll have a really good shot of that next about 5-10 minutes here. He is sitting just south of the town of Podunk, which is going to be in the Gladwin County, which is in the warning box as well. It's going to cross just to his north. New scan coming in. Rotation continues, but still remains a little bit weaker. Still take it seriously. So if you live in this warning polygon here, taking the radar back full, as that storm approaches Drew here. Excuse me. So this warning polygon in northern Gladwin County, this red box here, that is a tornado warning, radar indicated. So what that means is basically radar is indicating rotation. We do not have confirmation of any ground circulation, nothing touching down. So again, this is going to be strictly a radar indicated warning, but we have 4 chasers on this. We'll have eyes on it if it does anything. Not seeing that on radar right now. Again, this is northern Gladwin County. And the warning for tornado goes until 4:30 p.m. I still see a couple comments about sirens in Clare County, or Clare County here, Harrison area. You're all clear. Harrison is clear from this storm. It has moved off to your east, so you have no need to shelter if you're in Harrison. If you are in extreme northeastern Clare County, near the Skeels area, although that's in the Gladwin County, not seeing any townships here, but you are seeing just to the if you live anywhere in northeastern Clare to the east of Harrison 127, that's still under a warning here for severe, but the storm is about to cross over into Gladwin here, so you're about to be all clear, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a double box here on Drew as that storm approaches him. And he's got the closest visual to it. Ben is out there as well. He's a little bit north of Ben, or north of Drew, should I say. So tornado warning continues for northern Gladwin. A severe thunderstorm warning continues for northeastern Clare.
Yeah, this has a really healthy inflow to it. You can see it just going into that base. Can't see a clear defined base. I think the rain is kind of shielding it right now.
I will say, Drew, the latest scan does look a little more concerning. The 352 scan.
All right.
I'm waiting for this to hop in on Storm Relative, which is a different type of product here. Yeah, it looks like it's really trying to tighten up there, Drew. Let's go ahead and pop
Copy
this
that.
open. All right, give me a second here. Let's go ahead and pop this back.
Yeah, it should be right in front of me right here. This is just looking to the northwest. There's the inflow right here.
That's a really good inflow tail. All right, so Drew, you are haven't moved, I assume. Joel's right behind this as well. Let's take a peek at Joel's feed here real quick. I don't see Joel in here, though, unfortunately. This is radar indicated, guys, although rotation is tightening up just a bit. I'm actually going to take this and go to a 4-panel look for you guys, just so you guys can see the whole spectrum of things. So, again, rotation up here, just crossed the county line into Gladwin County. Drew is right here out ahead of this. Crossroads of that rotation are going to be over the town of Skeels, township of Skeels. M18 / Renaz Road, and then near Schoolhouse Lake, and then also Adams Road. So M18 Adams Road, that intersection there near Skeels, that is where the rotation is currently over. And Drew is looking basically right at it, just to your just left of the road there. Drew should be your area of interest.
Yep.
Rotation is increased on the latest scan as well. So it's really trying in front of you, Drew.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to pass, and then I'll drive forward to see if there's any. Oh, we got tornado sirens right now. Tornado siren.
Also got Nick and Kayla, who are right behind the storm as well. That is really, it's really tightening up on the latest 354 scan. Still not seeing any debris ball on radar, so we don't have confirmation this is on the ground. This is radar indicated still, but rotation is picking up quite a bit. Let's go ahead and take Drew back here. Again, he's looking right up at the storm. Let's go ahead and take Drew full here. I see a few members popping in here. I appreciate you guys, but unfortunately I can't get to y'all. I see Michelle, I see Annie, I see a couple guys here popping in. I have new members. Thank you guys. Joe, I'm going to mute you here. Okay, so area of rotation here is tightening up just over the town or township of Skeels, heading toward F97. It's going to be also known as Round Lake Road. Oberlin needs to be inside, away from windows, underground if possible. New scan, there we go. Got a little bit tighter. I'm sharing my wrong radar here, guys. Hold on. So area here of rotation picking up there, heading toward Oberlin, Buttman, Sugar Rapids. Again, not seeing anything on the ground at this point, but this is quite getting tight.
Ryan, I'm probably going to reposition. It's more to my north and east now, and I'm getting wet, so I'm going to probably head north and see if there's
Go for it.
See the storm here. All right.
All right, let's go ahead and take back our radar. It's already full. Cool. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to track the velocity, so the rotation, along with our debris tracker. So if anything touches down, what we're going to see on the right side of your screen, we should see it on the right side of your screen. Thank you, Wolf, for becoming a member. So again, tornado warning continues for northern Gladwin County. Again, it's moving over the area of Skeels. So Skeels should be on the back side of that. So Skeels, you're okay, but it's moving toward Buttman and Oberlin now. Round Lake Road's the main highway there. But this is going to pass pretty close between Buttman and Oberlin, if not splitting those areas. Warning for Claire. The severe warning for Claire has been canceled. The tornado warning continues for Gladwin. Still not seeing anything down on the ground here. But again, this is going to be a decent couplet here we're seeing on radar. So this is going to be tracking very close to Oberlin and Buttman. New scan coming in. Looks like any moment. There it comes. Still nothing on the ground that we see. Center of rotation is going to be over M18, just to the east of Skeels. Some crossroads here. Renus or Renaz Road, as well as Shaw Road intersection there. Down one again, this is going to be Chapel Dam Road or Chappelle Dam. Next run down is going to be Oberlin Road. Then we're going to hit Round Lake. So those are your immediate crossroads of concern. Moving just south of Buttman towards Sugar Rapids. So radar velocity rotations on your left, green and red's coming together there. That's your rotation. On the right is your debris product tracker. If we see a tornado on the ground, it'd show up as like a yellowish blue circle right about where the rotation would be, which would be right about here. We're not seeing anything like that right now, though. So again, as far as this is concerned, radar indicated rotation continues near Oberlin. So we got Nick repositioning, got Kayla, Nick, or not Nick, we got Drew repositioning, Nick and Kayla behind it, as well as Joel. And that's all. We have a couple chasers out ahead of this toward the Tri-City area as well that are waiting for the storm to move in. I'm going to pop up my other radar here so I have all four looks. Man, that latest scan looks quite mean. So you can't find Nick here. He's closest to having a visual. Nick, are you behind Joel? Hope you can hear me with all the rain there. Bear with me, guys. I'm working solo today. Joel's right up on it. There we go. All right. Okay, latest scan is really quite concerning, guys. This perhaps could be about to become a tornado soon. Latest scan is really tight. Really tight. Go ahead and drop a marker. Get this going here. Yeah, this is gate to gate coming in now of roughly 72 knots. So this is quite tight, guys. So this could be about to produce a tornado. Again, this is not on the ground as of right now, but it's really getting kind of tight here. Going to be crossing very close to Buttman. Joel is right up on there. I'm kind of curious if you can get a visual here. Oh, so is Nick. We're going to go ahead and take Nick here. New scan, still nothing on the ground here, but still very tight rotation occurring here near Oberlin, just north of Oberlin, guys. Let's go ahead and double box Nick here. That's Mike. Hold on. Let's get Nick up here to the top. There we go. So they are right behind this rotation here. A lot of rain. So if this is going to be a tornado, it's going to be down very close or very rain wrapped, guys. So the rotation is very tight now. We're getting velocity here of roughly about 75 to 80 miles per hour gate to gate, which is a weak tornado.
I don't know if anyone can hear me. We got crosswinds here. Crosswinds. We're right next to it, whatever it is.
Okay, you're full, Joel. Can you go sideways with your camera by chance?
Nick, be careful. It's blowing from left to right, so from north to south. It's definitely it's going to be right in front of us. Probably.
Joel, can you go sideways? Can you go sideways, Joel?
Oh yeah.
If you can hear me or not. Joel, can you go sideways with your camera?
Ryan, can you hear me? It's
yeah.
hard to going out here right now, so he's up and trying to stay on the road. Is there a guy trying to pass you back there? If so, just let him come through. But oh wait, oh hold on, oh, we got limbs. We got limbs. Careful.
Still not seeing anything on CC, which would indicate on the ground. Still tight rotation here, heading toward Sugar Rapids and Buttman. It's going to cross between those areas. A lot of subdivisions here. Grass Lake, Lake Lancer. Tornado warning continues.
It's right. It's somewhere next to us, but there's too much rain to see it.
It still remains a radar indicated rotation here, so still not confirmed via NWS. But again, this is rotation heading in toward Sugar Rapids and Buttman. A lot of lakes here as well. Joel and Nick are right up on this thing too. We're getting really heavy winds out there. Thank you, Annie, for gifting 10 memberships. Appreciate your support of the channel. Again, tornado warning here continues. Let's go ahead and mute Nick there. So, that's actually Joel. Hold on. Go ahead and mute that. Perfect. All right. So again, tornado warning continues here. This area of interest or rotation is going to be crossing right over Round Lake Road, heading into Grass Lake neighborhoods, Lake Lancer areas. So again, Sugar Rapids needs to be underground right now. If you're downstream near Secord Lake, underground right now, Bowmanville, as well as Hard Luck, get underground right now. If you have no basement, interior room, closet, bathtub, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, we don't see anything on the ground here, but rotation is still quite tight just south of the town of Buttman, moving east at roughly 30 miles per hour. So luckily slow moving. You have time if you live in the eastern part of this warning box. But again, you guys need to be underground right now taking shelter, as this is a tornado warning with tight rotation and heavy winds, as well as Joel and Nick are right underneath this thing. Let's go ahead and take Joel full here. Nick or Joel, can you go sideways with your camera, please, if you can? Looks like he's got some connection issues there. That's the base right there where it would be at. So Nick also has a visual, although it's really, really rainy there on Nick's camera. But the base is right ahead of them. So I mean, this is still quite tight rotation here. South of Buttman continues. It's just complete rain, guys. So we're going to take back a radar look here.
It was going head from our north. It just veered right back east.
So that's Joel right there. This is Nick's stream, Nick and Kayla. Joel's in front of them. They are right behind the storm here. Area of rotation is going to be just off to their north, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's going to be just off to their left of the screen here. So they're likely in what we call RFD, or what we call rear flank downdraft here. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of heavy wind within that storm, which is what you're probably seeing here live. This is going to be from northern Gladwin County, where a tornado warning is remaining in effect until 4:30 Eastern time. Still nothing on the ground via the latest debris scan, but they are right up. I mean, if there's anything on the ground, they're going to see it right there, right in front of them, just to the left of the road there. So again, you're looking at a live stream here from Gladwin County. Tornado warning is in effect. Area of rotation centered over Lake Lancer, Grass Lake, moving east. So Hockaday, Sugar Rapids, underground now. If you live anywhere within northern Gladwin County, you guys got to be underground right now. Looks like a base of the storm is coming into view here. Rotation is really tight. Really tight. We're getting gate to gate now, upwards of 90 miles per hour, which is getting tighter yet. So guys, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but it's getting quite interesting looking on radar. Still no debris ball though, so we can't confirm ground rotation, but it's still very tight rotation here. Let's go ahead and take radar back full here just for a second. Area of rotation here between Buttman and Sugar Rapids. Zoom in here. Lake Lancer is directly over you right now. Sugar Rapids as well, going further eastward here. M30. Looks like a couple other areas. Bowmanville, Secord Lake. Crossroad, main crossroad here that I see is going to be this road, which I don't see a name on it. There it is. Bench Road. Can't pronounce that correctly, but it's BENSCH. So that's the road here just to the east of M30. But anywhere within that warning polygon in northern Gladwin County, rotation is quite tight, just north of Sugar Rapids, directly over the lake there. It's going to be Lake Lancer. Again, not seeing anything on our debris product here, but I will say Nick and Joel are right here. These are the two dots here. Rotation's just off due north of them. So Nick is the closest, which we have right here on stream with us. Go ahead and take him back full. Again, we're tracking all angles here. If we see anything that touches down on radar, we're going to let you guys know immediately. Right now, we're not seeing that, but we have 4 chasers really on this storm. Holy cow, that just got even tighter. See Chandler back here. If you want to pop in, Chandler, feel free if you want to. But this is quite a concerning couplet here in northern Gladwin County. I'll go ahead and put new scan coming in here. Let's go ahead and do an inspector tool on that, just out of curiosity. How strong is this, is my question. So on this side of the couplet, we're getting winds of 61 miles per hour via inbounds and 30 out of outbounds. So that's 90 miles per hour of gate-to-gate shear, which would be equivalent to a weak tornado. Although we're not seeing anything, that's on the ground via our debris product, it's definitely a possibility something could be on the ground here. This is pretty rural, so it may not be hitting structures, but treated as such, we are getting signs of very strong rotation with this storm. Okay, Chandler can't get in. Sorry, Chandler. There you go. Now Chandler's in here with me.
Okay, I was trying to get everybody's attention. Finally, Mike got me in.
Sorry.
Okay, I was trying to get everybody's attention. Finally, Mike got me in. Sorry.
Okay, so rotation continues. Northern Gladwin County, approaching M30, which is a north-south road just east of Sugar Rapids here. Anywhere along M30 and points eastward need to be underground. If you don't have underground or basement, go to your interior closet. The bathtub is also okay. Just put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Mike, you're also in here now as well, if you can hear me.
I'm surprised they don't have a view, man.
It's just rain wrap, dude. They're just south of the rotation from my calculations here.
It seems like they got to be like another 3 miles to their east. Just haul through there.
Yeah, Drew was out in front of it too earlier. I'm not sure where he's went, but it's just a grunge fest. You can't really see much of anything. It's crazy. If we can get a location on Drew and Ben, that'd be great. I'll go ahead and tag these guys real quick. So again, no debris ball here that we're seeing. Rotation continues. It's basically going to be over M30 here in a matter of minutes, matter of seconds, really, just north of Sugar Rapids. So some spotter dots here. We have Ben, who's right there. We have Joel and Nick, who's down here approaching Sugar Rapids.
I'm still at work. I'm staying late because I'm not going to be there Monday, and I had a guy buy a car here. So,
Gotcha. Put in some work from work.
yeah, I'm working the other job at work.
So center of rotation here is going to be over Dutcher Road. Looks like a dead end road here. I don't have a name on that. Oh, there it is. Fitzwater Road. That's going to be where the center of rotation is currently at. It's crossing M30 probably as we speak, or just about to cross M30 here, close to Sugar Rapids. So again, Bowmanville is in that warning as well as Secord Lake. I'm not seeing any townships or any towns in the path of this between there and Bowmanville. But again, hopefully most areas are aware of this tornado warning, taking their precautions underground or interior room away from windows. I am shocked, honestly, Chandler. I don't know if you've been tracking this couplet for a while, but I'm shocked there hasn't been anything on the ground.
Yeah, I would agree with you, man. I was really expecting to come in and just see tornado, and that has not been the case.
What?
Nick, hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Watch these trees.
These trees are blowing hard.
Nope. Not driving through there until we let it pass a little bit.
So regardless of any tornado, guys, strong winds are occurring here. Power outages are possible. So treat it as such. I mean, this is about as serious as you can get without having a full-blown tornado. Latest scan does increase rotation again.
They're in the hook, man. They got a hook slice and get out of there.
There's I don't think
Joel or Nick, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there's like no roads. So
Is your dot active, Joel? Is it up to date?
should be.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I got you here. Yeah, that's a big problem. There's no road network here.
Hey, I'm looking at roads right now for you guys. Where are you at? What roads are you at?
We're about to approach M30.
They're on Ritchie Road near Fitzwater, approaching M30.
We might have to go south because this is way too much rain for us to see.
And they're right behind that rotation too. So just off to your north there, it probably crossed right in front of them, the area of interest. Should I say? But
Or do we go?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's just no good east option for them. So again, Joel and Nick are right here at this dot rotation, just crossed the road, and it's just over here to their north now. So very strong rear flank downdraft winds on the backside of that mesocyclone, which is typical of any supercell thunderstorm.
Hey, Joel.
yeah, what's up?
If you hit 30 and rip south, you'll come to Secord Dam Road, and you can run that straight east. Might get a little nautical, but you can run that east and then run back north if you need to.
Okay.
But it's gonna turn into a 2-track. That's your only issue. But it's gonna turn into either that or you got to go north up 30. Or you can go all the way down to White Star, which is probably 6 miles south of you, and then blast over to 61 and blast over to 75 and go back north.
Their best bet, Chandler, maybe just stay on 30 and ride it north, and then it rides back south here toward Alger.
Yeah. The only issue with that is they're just not going to be able to get in front of it. They're going to stay in the hook the whole time.
Yeah.
If they can get over to Standish or the Sterling area, they can get back north in a hurry, and there's a ton of roads over there. Can you zoom out a little bit, Ryan, for me?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go south. I think south's probably smart because I don't want to. I'm sick and tired of this rain.
Yeah, it'll be like a 20-30 minute detour, but you can get back in front of it no problem, back up near Alger or even Maple Ridge. Let me do something for you.
Rotation.
You're good, Ryan.
Rotation continues east now of M30. It's approaching Bowmanville. It should miss Bowmanville to the north, but if you live near or around Bowmanville, you guys need to be inside, away from windows, preferably in your basement. That's your safest place to go. Interior closet works as well, but rotation continues. Still not seeing anything on the ground, though, which is honestly surprising given how tight this was a few scans ago. But this is going to be outside the warning box about halfway through. Would expect this continues to have a downstream warning here for places like Alger, Hard Luck, around the 75 corridor here. So we'll keep you guys updated with this. Still not seeing anything on the ground, though. The rotation continues, centered over. Let's give me a road name here. Cedar Lake Road. I'm gonna go ahead and take a satellite look at this because it give me roads names a little bit better than the background I have it on. Give me 1 second.
Joel, I sent you a picture of what you can do on Snapchat.
Okay.
There we go.
Send it to Nick too.
20% issuance of a watch per SPC. So we're likely not going to get a watch of any type today. All right, so continuation here. Looks like we have Jaden out there as well. We have Joel. We have Ben. We have Isaac out there as well. So a lot of people familiar with us, or we're familiar with. 4 of our chasers are out there: Ben, Drew, Joel, and Nick. If you guys have not already, please feel free to hit the like button on the stream. We have about 2,000 people watching, only about 150 likes on this. So if we can get some likes and get this out to people, likes help the algorithm, especially if those people in affected areas potentially could see the stream and perhaps get life-saving information. So if you could like the stream, that would be appreciated.
Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share.
Helps us out a lot, but also helps your neighbors out. Tornado warning continues here for northern Gladwin County. Bowmanville is the only town really in the path of this school road up here. Rotation continues. Still seems pretty tight here. Park, Bowman Road. Looks like it's going to be the Bench Road again, as Wildwood Road as well. It's going to be. Looks like it's going to be over a lake. Mohawk Trail. Some subdivisions back here as well. So I hope that's not a trailer park. But I know there's a lot of lakes up here. New tornado warning now in effect. New tornado warning now. Southern Ogama, northern Aranac. Tornado warning continues. Radar indicator rotation expires in 37 minutes. There we go. Downstream tornado warning has been issued.
It's all national forest through there, so if there is a tornado, they'll be able to see it when they do their survey.
For sure. And this is tight rotation. I am shocked this is not touched down yet that we've seen on radar.
Well, like Chandler said, it's a lot of trees, so it would be picking up a lot of branches if it was on the ground.
Right.
I was gonna tell you guys to go straight, Joel, but it's like 2-track roads through the forest, and it's just not a good idea.
Right.
All right, some other areas here in that new warning, I-75. That's a big one here near Sterling up to about West Branch. So the West Branch and Sterling are outside that warning. You're close to it. That's going to be about the center. You want to avoid dropping I-75 right now. Looks like we're going to have Alger, I think it's Alger, Greenwood, Skidway Lake, Miata, Maple Ridge, or Miletta, Prescott as well. This is going to be downstream warning here in effect for 36 minutes. So it goes until 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Can you go to DBZ for me, Ryan?
Sure.
I just want to see it.
It's just completely wrapped in rain.
I'm second guessing my decision to tell them to go south, but I think that's the best thing to do.
I think so too. Rotation has increased latest scan.
Because if it tries to occlude, it's going to go straight north, and they'll never see it coming at them. I forgot the door was locked.
So we're going to have 42 matching about 58. So that's about 90, about 100 knots of gate to gate here potential, which is a weak tornado. But again, we're not seeing anything touching down via radar. Center of rotation going to be over basically Bench Road, moving toward Wildwood Road here. So again, underground, if you're under tornado warning right now, get underground. Basement is your best choice. Your next best choice is an interior closet or a bathroom or just interior room away from windows. Hallways work as well. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Still not seeing anything down. Who's the closest chaser to this right now that we have? Looks like Ben and Joel are the closest. Is Nick still chasing here? Looks like he is. His dot's not updated.
He's still chasing.
Nick's right behind me.
In the stream.
Nick's got the live cam, and I don't because my phone keeps doing the weird thing where it flips on the side.
A very tight rotation here continues. It's going to be running parallel to School Road as well as Bowmanville Road. So if you're between those two roads, that's the most concerning area right now. A few roads out ahead: Sugar River Road, Herner Road, Lame Duck Truck Trail, Alger Road, Allen Road, Roseburg Road, and Westfield Road. Completely wrapped in rain. You're not going to see this thing coming, so don't even try to go look at it. It is in the dead center. If you go ahead and look at this thing on our radar, there's your rotation here. Keep that spot in your mind. Bam, there is your radar, and it's going to be centered directly in the middle of all this heavy precipitation. So you're not going to see this thing coming. It's rain wrapped. You're not going to see it. All right, so don't try. It's going to come out of the ring. It's going to hit you before you know it. But luckily, we're not seeing anything on the ground. But again, this is tight rotation here. It could spin up at any time. All right, so 20 warnings continue here. Northeastern Gladwin County, northwestern Aranet County, southern Ogemaw County. That warning goes until 5 p.m. It says at 4:22 p.m. a thunderstorm
Ryan,
capable of
text
producing-
ET.
What happened?
What scan, Nick?
I'll look at it again.
I don't see anything.
It would load for me. No?
I don't see anything,
Yeah.
Nick.
At 428.
Yeah, not seeing
Yeah.
anything.
Let's see.
We'll see next scan, but I don't see much anything to be concerned about with that. All right, text of the warning continues to say it's going to be radar indicated rotation. It says at 4:22, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Bowmanville or 9 miles west of Alger, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard tornado, and the source is radar indicated rotation. Alger, Bowmanville around 4:25, which is already passed. Skidway Lake around 4:30. Maple Ridge around 4:45. Okay, radar indicated, so we don't have any confirmation of it. But again, this is quite tight rotation. So this is going to be, looks like it's about to cycle north. Perhaps cycling north toward Edwards. Or perhaps include perhaps. Moving right towards 75 here. In fact, we do have some cameras on 75. See if we can pick one up here. There's one near West Branch, and that's it. Okay.
Oh, we're two tracking. You're right, Nick.
All right.
Are we in Kansas? These roads.
Rotation continues here. Centered over Sugar River Road, near Herner Road, near Wildwood Road as well here. Still not seeing anything that says it's on the ground, nothing like that. Rotation does appear to be a little bit weakening just a bit, but it also could be cycling. Looks like we have a potential handoff about to happen, not a handoff, but a occluding process potentially about to happen with this. We'll keep an eye on that. So we'll see if this cycles through or continues. Warning has now been trimmed. New scan coming in here. Still continues. They just dropped the original tornado warning for the central, north-central part of Gladwin. It now just includes northeastern Gladwin. So the original warning has now been dropped. It expired, actually. And the new warning continues for northeastern Gladwin, northern Aranac, and then southern Ogama.
I have returned.
Yeah, you're frozen there for a second.
Yeah, I was responding to somebody in Snapchat.
Gotcha. All right, so rotation continues here, guys. It's going to be directly over Sugar River Road and Franklin Road near Herner. That's where the center of rotation is as of 1 minute ago. Moving it toward the Ogama and Aranac county lines. So it's going to become very close to that triple point of the county lines. If you're driving on I-75 between West Branch as well as Sterling, you guys should probably avoid that stretch of 75 until this rotation passes. Let's go ahead and take a look out or a zoom out here really quickly here for other areas. So again, if you live in southern lower Michigan here, you are completely A-OK for now. Additional development is possible this evening. We are tracking potentially another line pushing across Lake Michigan towards Grand Rapids, like over to this area, and then pushing eastward overnight, or should I say later tonight after 8 p.m. We'll watch that area, but otherwise, the only risk in the state right now is with this tornado warning, with this cell as well. So if you're asking about your other locations in Michigan, we're not going to cover you. There's nothing happening. The focus is going to remain right here with this tornado warning in effect for 3 counties, Aranac, Gladwin, as well as Ogama. Still not seeing anything that's down on radar via on the ground, but we are still seeing that pretty tight rotation still continues. And if we were to back this up many frames, we're going to see this rotation has been ongoing for quite a while. Like it wants to do something, but it's just missing something to put it down, you know? So if we go back here to where this first got warned, way back here, we're going to see how this tracked and continues to track with that really strong rotation with this. So again, nothing that we've seen tracking this, like the debris product, nothing that we've seen touch down with this. So that's really good news. You see a big yellow or blue ball on this radar if there's something on the ground here. Not seeing that though at all. So that's really good news. Another area to watch is up here by West Branch. Just now seeing this area potentially trying to develop here. I'm going to circle it here in a second. I need to change my radar frames back to 7. Here we go. This area up here looks to be quite weak, but we're going to watch that area here close for any potential development with that one. Possible, Josh. That could possibly be what's happening here. Although I don't think it's associated. No, this is not on the ground, guys. This is radar indications that this is rotation. It's not not on the ground via radar, and it has not been confirmed via spotters as well. Rotation looks to be tightening, or not tightening, but just weakening out just a bit with this. Rotation does continue, though. Hopefully this is going to be about it with this storm. Hopefully it continues to weaken, although I wouldn't hold my breath, as the environment wind shear today does concern for tornadoes. It's just the instability isn't as high as what we'd like to see. So that's the main limiting factor with this storm. But regardless, tornado warning continues. Ogama County, Gladwin County, Aranac County. It's like Chandler is still just kind of circling and spinning there. So this is approaching 75 quite quickly here near Alger. So Alger along Maple Ridge Road needs to be underground immediately. Greenwood, Skidway Lake, Elbow Lake, Milata, Maple Ridge, Prescott. Those are the immediate cities and towns in the path of this rotation. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado warning. We have no confirmation of it being on the ground via spotter or radar. So can treat it as like it is on the ground, though, just because it is possible that it could be on the ground any second. But right now, we have not seen anything that suggests that has happened. Got Nick and Kayla back with us as well. Joel's in front of his camera there. So they are close to this rotation still.
Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we have damage. There was a few tree limbs snapped, power lines down on this road. We just stopped for here a second. We are on Wildwood Road, just north of Borette Township Fire Hall. We're up probably about a mile.
Okay, check the MSC chat, Nick. About to drop you a phone number.
Sounds good. Yep, sounds good. I'll do that.
Thank you. Chandler's back with us.
Sorry, I'm having problems. I'm driving home, so I set up my tablet, and then my tablet won't connect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm
Okay. You're good. You just didn't respond when I talked the first time, so I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
Gladwin County, you are now clear of that tornado warning. It has now crossed over into Aranac County.
Nick, Joel, can you guys hear me?
All right, got a, sorry, Chandler. Emergency management is reporting wires down, relayed by Gladwin County EM, tornado possible, time estimated by radar. So emergency management is reporting possible tornadic damage on the storm. So we may have had a brief touchdown here that we did not see on radar.
I was gonna say they gotta keep going if they want to have any shot at catching this thing. They gotta keep going. Ryan.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
I'm here. I'm just trying to get a hold of.
No, my StreamYard won't work on my tablet at all. That's where I want it, but it's not working. So
Gotcha.
I was gonna tell you to add my tablet in there.
Okay.
But what is this person doing? That's the better question. Must be their first time driving.
All right, so center rotation is over the town of Alger along Maple Ridge Road here. It's going to be just south of Skidway Lake. It's going to track along Maple Ridge near Knight's Mill.
What does DBZ look like, reflectivity? Actually, I have a tablet I can look at. Ha 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 ha.
It's still just a mess of rain. There's no real organized structure to it.
I wonder if that stuff over by Wisconsin, over by
We got a lot of tree
Kenosha,
damage in here.
where at?
Just a little further north from that first one. I'm gonna get up by Joel here a second. Move it, Joel. Get out of the way. Beep. Get a view of this.
Beep, beep. Hi, Kayla.
Hello.
I will say, guys, the rotation is weakening quite a bit on the latest scan here, 443 scan. So still rotation's there, but it is weakening quite a bit from what it was. And this is going to be tracking very close, basically on the county line of Aranac and Ogama. It's going to be near the town of Alger. Let's call it Alger or Alger. Somebody correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, or what's the correct pronunciation over that county? That'd be appreciated.
Dude, that is just a big mess up there of rain.
It's going to be near Greenwood Road, Maple Ridge Road, near Coal Canoe Base. Heading into Skidway Lake, should just skirt to the south of Skidway Lake. I know there's a lot of trailers in that area as well, I believe. So there's a lot of camping resorts too. So still, some strong winds are definitely possible. It's not a good situation for rotation to be moving into a campground or stuff like that. So definitely is a little bit concerning. Looks like that wind damage was reported on the south side of the couplet, so it might be RFD damage. I don't know if you see that, Chandler, or you're probably not seeing that.
Where's their locate? Well, let me see if their dots are on radar scope here.
I'm looking
Are
at the
their
report.
dots on?
No, yeah, they are. I'm looking at the report from EM, Gladwin County. Looks like it happened on the south side of that couplet, so it might be RFD. And that rotation continues to not really impress. But still, we obviously have rotation here, but it's just not very tight. It's weakening here, only about about 20 knots over there and about 30. So that's not even, equivalent to a weak tornado. But still, we're thousands of feet in the atmosphere here. There could still be something going on that we can't see below the radar beam. These radar beams do shoot up in the atmosphere roughly at this location. It's going to be about 4,000 feet. So anything below that 4,000 feet, we're not going to see.
I agree. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
We likely have what could have been probably a brief weak tornado here on Wildman Road, I think it is. We are unable to chase any further. There's trees down everywhere in front of us. As you can see on Nick's cam, pull and pull.
Gotcha. Hey, Joel.
Yeah.
I do see your dot. Is that current dot?
Probably, but we have no other roads. We're pretty much done.
Okay. The couplet would have passed
Sure.
right over there.
You're good, you?
Yeah. So
Michigan
guys,
Storm Chasers.
Mute him, Ryan.
I got him. So we're looking at the damage there that Joel's on. There's Nick and Joel. There's their dot, and this is what the rotation looked like, and it looked like it was directly over where they're at right now. So that the damage there is either one, a brief tornado, or two, likely strong winds there, which are occurring with supercellular thunderstorms like this. So we'll await a survey or official wording from Gaylord NWS before we actually, call that out. But certainly a possibility that some of the damage there may have been caused by a brief tornado. Not seeing any debris ball with that. But again, we'll have to wait for NWS and Gaylord to either survey or make an official call for that.
What's your time on that radar shot there, Ryan?
I'm trying to line that up right now. I'm looking at 428 here on CC. I'm going to see if that matches the velocity here. 426. 426. All right, let's go ahead and track this back here. Rotation does continue very weak in nature, but is basically going to be over Skidway Lake, just to the south of Skidway Lake here. Tornado warning continues. Expires in 10 minutes here for northern Aranac County and southern Ogemaw County. So we'll keep an eye on that. More cells popping to the south of this one now too. Midland County, Bay County. We'll be watching those close, as those are in a good environment as well. So this threat is not over here. But the storm, though, continues to be the only storm worth concerning nature, although we do have more storms popping up to the south. I zoom out here. I'll take reflectivity here. These things are popping up down here in Midland County, this line here. That's going to push toward the thumb. So this is definitely not over yet. We also have that secondary risk potential later on this evening, although that's a pretty low confidence right now. Have not looked at any previous updated models for that, so we have no idea. I personally have no idea if that's going to be a thing tonight or not. But I will say, latest scan here does continue to weaken this rotation, which is great news. Wait for the new scan to pop in here. But regardless, 20 warning continues here. So Prescott area, Elbow Lake, Skidway Lake, Maple Ridge are going to be the main population centers here. Sugar Lake Road, Mills Road, Greenwood Road, Roy Road, Best Road, Johnson Lake, and Ryan Road. That's going to be the nearest crossroads, anywhere near and close to those areas.
Ryan, I'm going to bounce into the store here. Text me if you need me, okay?
Gotcha. Alex, if you're watching, the road on that's going to be Wildwood Road near Bowman.
And I was about to say, Nick, if you're watching this, we have another cell developing right over us with weak rotation. Ryan, you see that on radar right there. That one right there to the bottom left.
Yep.
Nick, we're gonna chase after that one probably. I don't know if he can hear me. Watch out. Turn it around.
All right. Going to take back our velocity here. So the cell they're talking about is going to be this one. Seeing a little bit of weak rotation with that. Not concerning yet, but again, the environment is favorable up there for spin up tornadoes today. And also this area of concern has broadened out quite a bit considering what it was back here. So bright reds and bright greens coming together. That's pretty tight rotation there, and that's since weakened out here quite a lot. But again, this is definitely an area of concern back here near the hard luck area. That's going to be where they're looking at their storm right now.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, Drew, go for it.
Right now I'm in the tornado warning. Not noticing a lot of wind, just really heavy rain right now. A little bit of flooding actually too happening right here. But not seeing too much in terms of wind. I haven't seen too much in damage either.
Okay, thank you, Drew. And Drew is going to be populated right here on Maple Ridge Road. Nope, that's hold on. Drew is actually in Skidway Lake. That is where Drew is right now. And that's going to be pretty much the center of rotation, and he is not seeing anything. Of course, there's a lot of rain. But again, that's going to be Skidway Lake. And again, center rotation there continues to weaken, but not seeing anything concerning. Again, environment's favorable here. It could definitely strengthen again, or more storms could definitely pop up here and begin to rotate. Main concern continues to be damaging winds with these storms. But again, tornadoes are possible as the wind shear today is well oriented for a couple tornadoes. It's just we're looking at the instability totals, not seeing too much in the way of overly concerning thermodynamic profiles to support, a long-lived tornadic threat. The Red Cross emergency app is a great tool to use to get warnings. Yes, that is a great tool to use.
I was gonna say, Ryan, I don't know if you heard it during the live stream. That's what's been going off in the background for those who are wondering.
Yep. I figured it was.
Yeah. It's very loud.
Let me go ahead and throw it up on the screen, guys, just so you have a minute. We have like a down minute here. Nothing really happening with this storm. Again, tornado continues. Rotation's weak. So I do have a little pop-up here I can throw up. I guess I really don't. I'm in Tornado app, so I don't have that. But it's the Red Cross emergency app. You can get it for free on both Android and Apple devices. So that's a great way to have warning. If you also, on your phone, you also have EIS alerts built in. Go to your settings to your notification tab. And iPhone, you got to scroll all the way down to government alerts and then turn on emergency or severe weather alerts. And that should also give you a warning as well. Got Mike in here now, looks like. Yes, Buckeye, that is another good app there. The FEMA app is another good one as well. I know a lot of our staff here personally have experience with the Red Cross app, so that's why we suggest it. You got it, Mike. So this is going to be moving toward the Whitemore? I'm going to say Whittemore area and Turner. Although the rotation is not tight right now, this could strengthen again. So it's not, don't count it out until it's offshore here and into Lake Huron. But we got another county or so to go. Whittemore, Turner, and then points eastward: National City, Turtle, White Rock, Meadow, Messmer Swamp, Alabaster, Huron Heights, Oakwood Shores, Benson Park, those areas here. If this continues, it'll track that way.
All right, Brian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the stream, Mike.
Hey.
I'm going to pop out if you're good to go.
Yep, we're good to take over. I'm just going to add my radar.
Perfect. There we
All right,
go.
I think we're good to go.
All right, I'm going to pop out, grab something to eat. I'll be back, guys, in about 5-10 minutes.
Okay. All right, everyone, welcome. Taking over for Ryan for a little bit. I need to get caught up here. The tornado warning does continue for 3 more minutes. We're going to wait and see what the National Weather Service does with it. As of right now, rotation looks like it's weakened considerably, but it's not over till the National Weather Service says so. So I'm just making sure I set up a notification for the minute the end of the US makes a decision. So that's right. Tree and wire damage over Gladwin County. We're not too sure if anything's happened yet in whichever county this one's in. Oddly enough, I don't know. It's Ogama County in Aranac. So yeah, we're just gonna stand by here, holding it on this radar. The area of interest is east of Skidway Lake, south of F18 Road Highway, approaching Prescott. So I'm sure everyone in Prescott's still sheltered. We're just gonna make sure they continue to be sheltered until they cancel this. Here's we're having issue with my my stream here. Am I still going in and out?
Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. I'm heading after the back end of this storm if I can catch up to it, and if there's no trees in my way, I will still be on it. I'm kind of far. I'm far away right now, though. So.
Okay, is that you, Joel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going down a Kansas-like road right now. It's like clay.
Dirt road and all that heavy rain there. Okay.
I will say I do believe I see a wall cloud off to my right.
And that's are you still on the Skidway Lake storm or are you moving south?
Away from it.
Okay. All right, so it looks like the tornado warning has expired, and they won't be extending it. We're going to keep an eye out on this just in case.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Got a lot of water left over from the storm that went through here. A lot of flooded parking lots. Few inches deep, roughly, right by the Sydney Lake area, I believe. But that's another threat. It is not just a tornado threat, but also the flooding threat for the flash flood threat, flash flood watch that's in effect.
All right, yeah, looks like quite a bit of rain there. Have you seen a lot of standing water on roadways?
A little bit. It's been mostly manageable to get through. I haven't seen anything too significant, but there's definitely a lot of water in the roads. So if anyone's traveling through these roads, just be mindful, go slow. There's a lot of water on these roads, especially with this heavy downpour that used to be tornado warned. So
All right, that's true. I'm just looking at radar here. Looks like 3 to 4 inches of rain between Harrison and Buttman, but then it starts to drop off towards West Branch. So the flood watch was for 4 inches of rain up there, I do believe. There's probably more to come still. All right, thank you, Drew. And right now it is just me and Drew's stream. Looks like everyone has shut their streams off for now while people figure out where to go. No warnings or statements at this time. Still checking velocity here. Nothing looks concerning at the moment. The previously tornado warned storm is now near Prescott and Whitemore, and this will be moving up more towards the Tawas City. So if there was any signs of rotation, it would come either in this area or I believe that area near Prescott. So we're just gonna continue watching, see if anything else happens in the next little bit. If we turn the stream off, it takes a few minutes to turn back on, so we kind of have to wait and see. There's also the storm's kind of backbuilding towards Standish, so that could be the focus point of any future severe weather for Oak Crest, Twining, Alabaster, and East Tawas. We're gonna keep an eye out on that. There's also some small storms going up, kind of down towards Midland, and I'm just actually gonna switch radars for a moment here to see. So back towards Midland and then kind of down towards Ithaca. So that could be the focus of future strong storms. Going to keep an eye out. We know there's a lot of storm chasers right now hanging out around Saginaw Bay. We're in communication with them to see if they'll see anything. But at the moment, everything looks fine.
Hey, Mike, I don't know if you've caught that new area of interest near Whittemore. Looks like I might be trying to pass off to the north there.
I'm just about to
I'm in
try to
Kansas
look
right
to see if we can see what's happening. Kind of looks like an area of interest.
Okay, well, I'm here. I'll be eating here for a second, though.
Yeah, no worries. So what Ryan is talking about is right in here between Prescott and Whittemore. So we're just going to wait for a couple new scans to come in and see if anything of interest comes from there. I'm also checking on my phone. I have multiple radars open, so we're not going to miss anything. And then in the meantime, I'm going to quickly brush up on comments if anyone's asking anything.
hey guys,
Go ahead.
we got some flash flooding down this hill here. We got some fire department here blocking this road and making it just one lane. So we got some flash flooding. I can't get down there because the road's blocked off right now, but it's these kind of events where you have, you know, a nice downhill trend, and then once you get a lot of rain, you can get some localized flash flooding. So
yeah, so apparently we do have road closures in this area now due to flash flooding. Makes sense with anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of rain, which has fallen.
Oh, it looks like a car got flipped over too. There's a car upside down. I just got flipped in the ditch. That could be another reason too.
You know, like at the bottom of that hill.
Yeah, I can't show it on stream. It's too far away, but there is a car upside down off the side of the road. Probably lost control in the rain, if I had to guess.
yeah, possibly hydroplaning. Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah, it looks to be okay. Yeah, I think everyone's okay.
All right, thank you, Drew. We'll keep us updated on that situation and anything else that you see. The radar doesn't look overly impressive on this storm as it continues here. It's kind of a big blob of heavy rain. So again, this is moving east, so it'll come up on East Tawas area, north of Standish and towards Ogress and Twining and Alabaster. So again, the National Weather Service has put out another storm report from Gladwin County of trees down. So 7 miles west of Bulgar, reports of trees down over Wildwood Road in northeastern Gladwin County, possible tornado. So it looks like the National Weather Service believes that some of this damage could have been tornadic. Go ahead.
That was the damage that Nick and I sent in on Wildwood there.
Was that the okay? So according to Joel, they filed off a report to the National Weather Service in Gaylord, and message has been received. We did just post some photos on our page of the tree damage in the Wildwood Road area. Both photos by Michigan Storm Chaser's own Nick Bisser, who's in the area. I believe he had cut his chase short because of all the tree damage.
I will say,
yeah, that's
I'm glad he didn't take the way I did, because he would have been stuck. This is like Kansas roads out here right now.
Let's see if there's a way to show this.
We got a new SWS out for Iosco and Aranac counties for 50 mile per hour winds. I'll go ahead and take my radar back a little bit for a minute, Mike.
Yeah, go for it.
So again, we're tracking this storm here. I was tornado warned for a while. Rotation is now since weakened. Again, the storm could still be producing 50 mile per hour winds, north central Aranac and southwestern Iosco counties until 4:45. Looking at our velocity as well, there is still an area of weak rotation that could be trying to develop here near Whittemore. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's been there for a few scans, but has not been tight enough to warrant, too much of a concern.
I'm just gonna wait for that graphic to get posted. There we go. Right, so special weather statement now. Whittemore, Alabaster, Turner. Zoom in so I can see a few more places. So, National City, Turtle, White Rock, Meadow, Hemlock, Sand Lake. And it ends just west of Tawas City in East Tawas. So we're going to keep an eye out, see if anything comes up on there. This is 50 mile per hour wind gusts. I'm just going to see if torrential rain is occurring, could lead to localized flash flooding. So they don't mention anything in the statement about the potential area of rotation, but I'm sure they're keeping an eye on it.
Holy cow! I'm gonna get stuck out here.
Is that you, Joel? Are you driving over trees? Is that what that noise is?
No, I'm driving through a swamp. I'm so scared.
Oh.
I'm glad I have four-wheel drive. I'm so glad Nick didn't follow me.
Yeah, I'll add to that. I mean, the road network out here is pretty dicey. A lot of dirt roads. The service out here too is very bad. So I don't know how I got over here in one piece.
Yeah, being northern Michigan, cell service is spotty at best. Someone said that ogress is actually pronounced ogre. Ogra?
All gray.
Ogre, that's right. Ogre. All right, I'll try to remember that. New scan
Yeah, new
came
scan on
in.
that.
Still not looking too impressive, but worthy of paying attention to. We'll let you know if it begins to strengthen or if it weakens.
Goodness gracious, y'all.
Yeah, this is the only storm really in the state right now that warrants attention. I just did pick up models from this afternoon, the latest ones. Still could see a severe threat on the west side of Michigan a little bit later on, closer to probably 10 to midnight, perhaps. Not after 9 p.m. for sure. Although nothing looks too organized, I wouldn't be shocked if a few, rogue storms try to become strong or severe on the west side of Michigan toward Grand Rapids area and down toward the Kalamazoo area. So we'll watch that. I'll be a little bit later on, though. So this threat, as soon as this storm really goes on to Lake Huron, that'll be it besides minus Huron County and the thumb here. So once the storm does cross over Lake Huron, we'll probably be good to at least take a break and then see if that continues to develop further south into the thumb or if this is just going to stay over Lake Huron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at the HRRR right now. I'm too excited. Ryan, did you mention that the slide risk was downgraded?
I did not. I was actively tracking that warning. I did see that, though. Slight risk was a downgrade back to a marginal. I did not see the hazards or anything like that, though.
A 2% tornado, basically from Muskegon to Huron County. No hail probabilities and 5% wind, basically for all of Lower Michigan, south of Gaylord.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys.
Yeah.
I'm in a predicament.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
I'm not stuck. However, there's the whole road is covered with water in front of me. It looks like it's drivable. I have 4-wheel drive. But if I can't make it through it, I have to go back 2 miles through that entire swamp. So I'm debating my options here. I'm so close to getting to I-75. I'm like 3/4 of a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
I see where you're at there.
Yeah. And I just got out of my car to check the water, and I got swarmed by 7-foot wide mosquitoes. So, oh goodness, I'm gonna send it.
I don't know. This sounds really dicey.
I have 4-wheel drive, but like literally, if I have to turn around, I have to go back through everything I just went through. So, here we go.
Looks like we have another report of damage coming in. A few reports, actually. Emergency management reports from wind damage, trees and wires down on Bench Road, possible tornado damage, as well as wind damage reports of trees and wires down on Cedar Lake Road as well. So we're getting multiple more reports out of the area. Definitely could have been a brief touchdown there. Although radar didn't have anything, it's probably very weak. It also could very well be wind damage as well. So we'll wait for them to survey for official wording.
Yeah, and even a brief, weak tornado in that area might not have lofted enough debris to be detected by the radar beam.
Right. 4,000 feet is quite a bit there.
Yeah. So you can get an F0 tornado with no debris ball on radar.
Well, I made it through. We're good. We're in the clear.
So, Brian, just looking at where the reports are, it's about a 5.2 mile long area right now.
It looks pretty consistent with both the area of rotation, but also the south flank of that, which would be more in line for your RFD type of damage as well. So it'll be quite interesting. Quite interesting to see what they do with it.
There's Secord Lake is to the south of that, so Seems like most of the damage reports are northeast of Secord Lake. That'll be heading up. So hard to see
Hey,
these
guys.
roads, right? Wildwood
Go ahead.
Road. Yeah, and go ahead, Drew.
I'm coming up to the vehicle that supposedly flipped over here.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be right on your left here. I think everyone's okay. I haven't seen any ambulances, but it's right there.
Oof.
Yeah,
I saw it
that's,
there.
There's an ambulance right there. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Yeah, someone's on the stretcher. Never mind.
Ouch.
That's
Let's hope they're
unfortunate.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Quite a bit of emergency response there for that as well. Had to assume probably flooding or there was no trees down or anything in that area, was there, Drew?
No trees were down. I believe it was flooded roads, if I had to guess. It was pretty slippery out there, so definitely
Gotcha.
probably was related to the rain.
Gotcha. All right. Let's go ahead and take a peek back here at the storm. Zooming out here. Let's go ahead and switch this back over to our normal gray background because we're not tracking roads anymore. Let's go ahead and put the normal look back on. There we go. Let it load in for a second. So across the state today, we're going to take a peek at this. There's nothing happening outside that one storm up there in northern lower. Southern Michigan does have a few pop-up showers. Nothing concerning at this point. And again, this one storm down here about to push on the Lake Huron is the only concern right now. This could develop further south here, so this could become a risk over here in Huron County in the thumb if that continues to backbuild there. Right now, rotation is quite weak with this. But again, we are tracking another round of potential severe, although models this afternoon don't really look too menacing. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that really quick, okay? HRRR model for later. This is going to be right now, according to this. Later on, though, we're going to see that line. There we go, right across the lake there. That's going to move onshore here roughly 9 to 11 p.m. around that time frame. It does look pretty weak, though. But again, we could have one or two storms try to go rogue, go severe. We'll be tracking that live if that does happen. So West Michigan especially, don't let your guard down tonight. But for right now, the only storms that are in the state worth tracking are going to be up there in Iosco and Aranac counties.
Yeah, best case scenario, this is the last of the severe weather for the day, but the potential does continue right into tonight for lower Michigan.
I will take a peek here as well at the SPC outlook here. We did not go over that too well, but that slight risk that was in Michigan has now been shifted off to the south and west of us across Milwaukee, Chicago, Davenport there as well. But we are still in a marginal risk here across much of the state. And your hazards, again, are going to be damaging winds primarily. Go ahead and go through the hazards here. Here is your damaging wind threat. So again, that 5% in brown color, the 15% slight risk over there across the lake in yellow. And then as well, going to our tornadic risk, the 2% risk for tornadoes continues up there in north central lower Michigan from the thumb all the way back toward Grand Rapids Metro. So those are your only two threats. I don't think there is a hail risk. I'm going to check that real quick. Yeah, no hail risk anymore. Yep, so no hail risk anymore. So just wind is your primary, and then possible tornado across a low corridor up there in central lower Michigan.
Joel, did you make it through?
I did.
Ask.
I'm on paved
You
roads.
did?
I'm at the 75 interchange.
Well, there you go. Let's not do that again, though.
Yeah, well, that was my only option. It's crazy out here. Saw a lot of people gifted memberships earlier, became new members. Again, thank you guys all so much for your support. We appreciate you guys as always. I know we are in the middle of live coverage, so we couldn't quite shout you guys out, but again, thank you so much. And again, if you guys are subscribed on YouTube, anytime someone does gift YouTube memberships, you could have a chance at getting them as long as you have accepted memberships turned on. So again, thank you guys so much out there today.
Thank you, everyone. Yep.
I'm not sure what I want to do because I've already chased a lot. Put a lot of miles today, so I might start heading back towards Mount Pleasant.
Getting reports of another wind damage here in Aranet County, damage around the community surrounding the Forest Lake, possible tornado Aranet County. That's separate. That is a separate report.
Where was Forest Lake? That was south of Skidway Lake. Yeah,
That
so
just
that's
came
near
in.
Alger, M75. Sorry, M33 and I-75 intersection there. That's Forest Lake.
Damage in Elger as well, possible tornado. All these reports that come in, they're listing as possible tornadic damage. So very well could have been on the ground there for a brief time. Would not be shocked at that at all, given the rotation. We said it many times here on stream with how tight that rotation was. It was kind of shocking how we didn't have a debris signature there. But again, radar doesn't always show the debris signatures. So that's why we always tell you guys take shelter and take precautions regardless of any debris being lofted on radar.
And I'm not sure if it was mentioned when you guys were covering, but I think the beam height there from the Gaylord radar when they're checking that tornado across Gladwin County, possible tornado, of course, it was 4,500 to 5,000 feet there. And again, that Livonia tornado happened, below 1,500. So,
right. So it's still a good ways up there, and likely being a weak tornado, you're not going to see much of anything. We can go back on radar and look later on. Maybe we could see like a little blip or something. That could have been it, but we're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, I was watching the entire time. Didn't see any CC drops at all. But again, it could have just been below 4,000 feet if there was debris.
Right.
I will say when I was driving next to it, it was definitely like rotating bands like around the entire mesocyclone. Like we were like right at the south edge of it, and you could tell like it was trying to drop something, and it probably maybe did. We'll see what Gaylord has to say about that. Elger, as in Germany.
Alger or Alger?
Alger, as in Germany. Okay, so Alger.
Alger is in Germany.
Still not seeing much of anything to report here with the storm. Maybe weak rotation, but it's very, very broad at this point. It's about to cross over into Tawas City, into Lake Huron momentarily. So once it does that, we'll probably hop off here and then continue watching second round and also the Huron County. If this develops further south, the northern part of Huron County and the Thumb may be impacted. So we'll watch those two areas. But right now, this is about to push onto Lake Huron next 20 minutes or so. And once it does, we should be good to hop off here, guys. Feel free to hit the like button for us. Appreciate that. Helps us out and also helps your neighbors out as well. Liking the stream helps the algorithm on Facebook and YouTube, so it suggests it to more people who are here in Michigan. Thank you, Caitlin, for your super chat, $2. How is Belleville tonight and tomorrow? Low chance tonight of severe. I think you'd be okay. It looks like on models, at least, we're looking at the west side of Michigan for any possible severe. By the time it reaches you guys over there on the east side, it shouldn't be much anything to worry about. So Belleville, you should be good for the night. And tomorrow, there's really no risk at all across the state. In fact, I think we're going to be dry for the majority of us here in Michigan with a little bit cooler temperatures as well for tomorrow. Probably we have a few chasers in the Grand Rapids area. We actually have a few chasers who actually live there, so we'll have reports if anything happens from those guys.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much up in northern Michigan right now, but they'll all be going home soon, probably. Heading back to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, the actual rotation is about just displaced on the backside of this backside of these storms here. Still not really seeing much of anything. So it's close to going on to Lake Huron. We'll stay with it until it does, just to be safe. That got intense there, guys, for about an hour or so, hour and a half.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know as soon as we know about any possible tornadoes that happened. Again, there could have been wind damage, but we're getting reports of damage over where that rotational couplet was. So we'll know more probably, maybe tonight even, but likely tomorrow.
Hey, Drew's right behind me. About to meet and greet here on the side of the road.
Oh,
Hey, I made it through the swamp. I didn't know you were here.
So just a special weather statement at this point for Iosco and northern Aranet counties. And that goes until roughly 6:45 p.m. Thank you, Cindy, for your $10 super sticker. Appreciate you. Your support as always. And as Joel said before, thank you guys for becoming members of the page. We were kind of in tornado ops here. I was the only one on here for a little while, so I couldn't get to all of you. I see Sue, I see Josh, Punk Vision, Derek, Michelle, Annie, Wolf, Annie, gifted memberships as well as Punk as well. So I appreciate all you guys becoming members of the page, and also Caitlin and Cindy with super chat, super sticker. Really appreciate you guys and your support. So again, a lot of guys asking for the west side of Michigan here. If we run through the radar for later tonight, or should I say potential radar, it's just a model, so don't take it as 100% going to happen. So looking at the system across the lake here, right there, we're going to watch that push across the lake. It arrives here. First couple cells arrive at 9 north of Muskegon. Main line comes a little bit later. Here's 10. Here's 11. They should be weak, but again, some of these could be a little bit stronger. Gusty winds is your main hazard. Cannot rule out tornado given the wind shear. All right. But again, main risk is going to be damaging winds here. Shouldn't be too much of a concern for hail. That's going to arrive roughly after 9 p.m. And that's going to weaken as it pushes across the state. So for those of you on the east side, maybe some rain, perhaps some lightning. This is at 4 in the morning here for the east side. Should not be strong or severe at that point. Strongest is going to be over here on the west side. And as always, we are live here for all warnings, both severe and tornadoes. So if anything does happen to be severe, we'll be live immediately. All right. So you can always check our page. If we're not live, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. So far, I'm seeing 6 reports of damage along that path, Mike. Sorry, 7 now.
Yeah, it's almost 15 miles long now.
Which is crazy. If this is on the ground for that long, I would be looking for a CC drop or something. So that's a long time. Rotation with the storm has pretty much subsided completely. So Tawas City, East Tawas, all the way down to Standish. It's pushing on the Lake Huron as we speak. So we'll be off of here probably within 10 minutes, guys. And again, we'll be live later on. Skidway Lake, I don't have any reports of damage out of Skidway Lake.
Yeah, it's 5:30 right now, Ryan. If you looked at meso analysis,
Sure.
I know radar doesn't look too impressive, but
It's a good environment up there.
1500 SB shape in the thumb Huron County. We'll have to see if when these storms make it across Saginaw Bay, if they'll do anything. Bad Axe, Tuscola, Sanilac counties.
Right. So the main concern is if this continues to the east, Huron County here especially, but be alert Tuscola and Sanilac as well. if this can cross the environment, and it still isn't a good environment up there, but especially over here too, a lot of instability is occurring, or is currently present, should I say, up here in the thumb. So if that can make its way across Saginaw Bay and hit Huron County, it would definitely warrant concern for, again, all hazards, including tornadoes. But
STP is 1.
Is it 1 where it's at now too, or is it over in the thumb?
No, like where it's at now, it's not even 5.
I see it.
In the thumb, right over Cass City, Bad Axe, Utley. So we're keeping an eye on things.
Yep, it's worth watching, especially in Huron County. Wouldn't expect this to turn right though, Mike. It probably should skim, perhaps miss Huron County completely, but continues a little bit north there. But Port Austin and Caseville especially. Kind of interesting to see how that tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Just a lot of like general rain showers, Alma, Saginaw area.
Yeah, and the rotation.
Any attempts at a storm organization? Yeah. Any attempts at storm organization? Midland, Ithaca areas. It's all just weakened right out.
So if you guys are just tuning in here, we're tracking this area of rotation back at the start here for Gladwin County. Got warned right about here, and then tracked across Gladwin
County. Are those
County.
the storm reports, Ryan?
Yep. So here are all the storm reports along the path of this couplet here. So there's 1. Here's 4 along the path here. So it could have been damage from this tornado for sure, or possible tornado as it crossed there, and it continued, perhaps maybe lifted and touched down again over here by Alger. Although I'm not seeing, there's a couplet there. It looks pretty weak here on radar. So very well could have been wind damage as well. But yeah, that was a pretty intense area here from about 3:59 to roughly 4:49 or so. So about 50 minutes worth of track in that Supercell. And now it's just
seen that overlay there. It looks like the best area where a tornado may have happened is in northeast Gladwin County.
Yeah, I would agree. So we'll see what they do there with that, with those damage reports. I'm sure they'll be sending somebody out to survey perhaps tonight. I know the last tornado they had up there.
They could be on their way.
Yeah, they could be on their way right now. We never know. The last tornado that happened up there near Roscommon, they had that survey within about 3 or 4 hours. So we still have some daylight out there. We'll see what Gaylord does. They could have this surveyed by tonight, but if not tonight, for sure, probably tomorrow.
Ryan, is there a way to?
Go ahead.
Right, is there a way to overlay storm reports on Omega?
Yeah.
Data overlays, maybe.
Yep. Storm reports.
I have it turned on, but I don't see any of these dots anywhere.
Do the 3-hour interval if you have not already.
3-hour interval. Okay, 3-hour interval makes it turns it on. I had it set to 6 hours.
Interesting.
Okay. So 3 hours. Because if you could go back and with the past radar and kind of show where the rotation is and where all the dots are, that'd make a good way to visualize it in a post.
So here's your first report, and there's a rotational couplet here in the black dot there. Here's 4 more reports here north of Bowmanville. Continues. Most of these reports are pretty much in the path of this. There's one on the bottom side of this. Could have been wind damage for that one. See? And that continues up toward Alger. And again, 2 reports there in Alger. And the rotation at this point was kind of weaker in nature. Looks like on the south side of the mezzo as well. This one over here near Alger could have been Tornadic, but again, pretty weak there. That one didn't really have a couplet with it in general. That continues off, and then that as it since weakened. And honestly, Mike and Joel, you guys in here, I think we're probably good to hop off here because this does not look organized at all.
Yeah, it's
just disorganizing.
I'm gonna say over, but as soon as you stop the stream, something will happen.
Well, we'll go live again if we have to.
Yeah, that happens every time.
Seems to be.
So it looks
But
like
this
maybe
video-
about 45 minutes. 45 minutes to reach Huron County, maybe less. So if need be, we will be back.
All right,
I'll
guys.
still be posting updates too.
Okay.
All right, take care, everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you for. Oops, I'm just going to go ahead and just hop off here. Thank you guys for watching and also subscribing, liking, sharing the stream. Also, for all of those of you who have donated via Super Chat or become members, appreciate you guys as always. We'll be back if any more severe happens. Watch out here on County next hour or so, and also West Side near Grand Rapids. The 131 corridor especially should be on alert later on this evening after 9 p.m. for potential more strong to severe storms. And again, we'll be live there if needed. So if we're not live, that's a good thing. All right. You guys take care. Stay safe. And again, thank you guys for watching and supporting us here at Michigan Storm.
That's Jaden.